Happy Canada Day, everyone. It's free agent. I didn't say that well. Free agent frenzy day. And there's already a lot of stuff going on. So, hey, everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge. And we've got free agent frenzy day just about to, it started, I guess, 12:01 a.m. There have been some signings and some the re-signings and signings, so extensions and new signings already. And who knows who's going to go where? We're going to find out today. There should be an abundance of moves. There weren't really, what do I want to say? There weren't a ton of trades leading up to this. There wasn't a lot of movement really. But today, starting out, there's just been a lot of movement already. And I expect there to be a lot more. I don't think this will be one of those quiet free agent days. Is there ever a quiet one? They've been quiet. I don't think this is going to be one of those. All right. I'll announce who's actually official. I'm getting this from Sportsnet. Let's see. First, I'm going to go there. I'm getting this from Sportsnet. So this morning, Sam Reinhart, he re-signed with Florida, 8 years, what do I got? I got it here. It's easier for me to read. $8.625 million for 8 years. Let's see. Jake Gensel, he signed with Tampa. They traded for his rights. He signed with them 7 years, $9 million even. AAV, $63 million total. First 4 years, there's a full no movement clause in that one, and the following three, a modified no trade with a 10-team list. So that's Jake Gensel. I'm going to read just the official ones from Sportsnet. Then I've got a bunch of other things that seem to be in the works. Connor Brown, nothing big. 1 year, $1 million contract extension with Edmonton. Toronto extends Joseph Wall, 3 years, $3.66 million. Total $10.98 million for the contract. That's a good signing for Toronto. That's one good one. Now, here's a bad one. They signed Chris Tanev, 6 years, 4.5. Anyway, I got it over here better. 6 years, $4.5 million AAV with a full no movement clause. A full no movement clause. So Tanev is 34, and that means he's going to be a Leaf till he's 40. They don't learn with those no movement clauses. Let's see. Chase Prisky with Washington, 1 year, league minimum, nothing big, contract extension. James Hamlin with Edmonton, 2 years, league minimum. It's an extension. Connor McMichael re-signs with Washington, 2 years, $2.1 million AAV. And another big one, Seattle signs Brandon Montour. He gets 7 years, $7.14 million. That's a $50 million total contract. And Eric Johnson, a 1 year, $1 million re-signing. Defenseman Eric Johnson, nothing big there. So that's what I've got that's on the books on Sportsnet's page. So BL was first in. BL with a lot of questions. Hey, BL. Yes, Tanev signs. Apparently, yes, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. It seems like he's going to Toronto. Yep, got that. McKenzie hit 28 out of 32 picks in the first round of the draft. That is crazy. Yes. In other words, when Bob McKenzie speaks, you listen. Brandon Montour, yes, got that. Missed hockey talk. Was at another graduation party. No worries. Love the Habs' first two picks. The rest, so-so. I don't know enough about the rest, except, even Ados Koivu, but I like the Ados Koivu pick. I don't know if he's going to be anything or make the team or not. I still like that one. But, yes, really like the first two. The Habs media really likes Michael Hage because Michael Hage has a lot of family here. Growing up, he took French, and he speaks pretty decent French, and he answered questions already in French, and they're in love with him. But rightfully so. He seems like a really good, solid pick. I really like this kid. I don't know enough about him game-wise, skill-wise, all that. I just know that he's very talented, carries the puck well. He's fast, scores. He puts up points, and second-line center potential. So good pick there. So, yeah, I like their first three, but especially their first two. Hey, Guru, any big signings today? I just read them all, so I'm sure you heard those. And as we go along, I'll just keep updating. Let's see. Ethan Frank. Oh, another big one with Washington. 2 years, league minimum, and it's a re-signing. I imagine Washington's going to do a lot of that kind of stuff. Billy Bishop goes to war. Habs going to have a quiet day. I would think so. I don't expect much from Montreal. Somebody made a good point, though. It all depends on Jeff Molson. Jeff Molson may decide, listen, guys, we're going to go get somebody, blah, blah, blah. We want to get there quicker, whatever. That could happen. Otherwise, no, I think they're going to be pretty quiet. They may add a body or two. I don't think any big-name players. Somebody to plug in on the right wing, line 2, till Demidov gets here. I'm hearing David Perron is a possibility. And other than that, I don't know. I think they may regret not taking Justin Poirier in the 4th or 5th round. Okay. I'm not saying that he's not going to be a good player and all that. He's a small guy, and that this year was not a year for small players in the draft. Did I read something about Montreal Canadiens have more 5'10" and under players on the roster than were drafted this year at the draft? It was definitely a movement towards size, and skill wasn't as important, is what I noticed, especially in the later rounds. Skill didn't seem to be, and when I say later rounds, I think from round 2 on, some of the guys, I don't know. There were some questionable picks that were big, and that was the reason they were picked. Are we going back to that type of hockey, though? I hope not. Montreal shouldn't do much today. I doubt they will. Stamkos and Marchessault to Nashville. Yeah, I mean, that's a rumor out there. Okay, I'll go, let me get to the bottom, and I'll go with what I got for rumors. Bertuzzi to Chicago. It's not officially listed there, but apparently this has happened. 4 years, $5.5 million AAV. It's not on the list there, but I think I'm noticing there's a delay from when you're hearing it, like on Twitter or something, until it gets in the list here. But yeah, Bertuzzi, I'm reading to Chicago. Stamkos gets $8 million. I didn't hear that yet, but now I'm in here, so that must have just come out. I would like to have to sign William Carrier of Vegas. I believe they re-signed him already. I think I saw something that they re-signed Carrier. I could be wrong. Hey, bye-bye. Glad to see Barron and Arbor got qualified. Yes. The only two that got qualified were Justin Barron and Arbor Jackeye. And the Habs traded Jonathan Kovacevic to the New Jersey Devils for a 4th-round pick in 2026. So if you haven't heard that, Jonathan Kovacevic, number 26, is no longer a Hab. They've moved one of the young defensemen, which they have to do. And a surprise a bit, I didn't think it would be Kovacevic first, but it was. Okay, this is the other things that I have. These are the other things. Slavin, supposed to re-sign in Carolina 8 years. We're hearing 8 years, $6.5 million. Hasn't been official yet. Marchessault was supposed to be signing with the Devils. That got put on hold because there's another team that came in, and I guess it's the Golden Knights. So that's on hold. Not sure where he's going to sign. I also heard, and I don't know if this was when this happened, but I saw this and I put it here. Toronto extended Liljegren 2 years, $3 million. I don't know. Was that last year? It was very unclear where I read this. Grizzlick of Boston apparently signing with Pittsburgh. This is Bob McKenzie reported this, and it's not on the list here yet. Kulikov of Florida resigns 4 years at a $1.15 million AAV, which I thought was low, but I mean, who am I to know? Let's see. We got some more. Mitchell Gibson in Washington, another minimum contract, 1 year. Who cares? Kasperi Kapanen resigns with St. Louis, 1 year, $1 million. That's it. That's the new ones on the Sportsnet list. Trenin. I don't know. Is it Igor Trenin? Anyway, rumored to be going to the Wild. 4 times $3.5 million AAV. And Teuvonen of Carolina, apparently going to Chicago, 3 times $5.4 million AAV. Some of these are rumors, and they're not official yet. So, and they may not even be happening. I'm just trying to get what I can from Matt from Twitter, and yeah. So I'm just gonna take a quick look over and see what Matt is saying over there. Apparently Marchessault to the Preds, 5 times 5.5. Alec Martinez may be going to Chicago. Gospazir may be hitting the market, or he has. I don't know. So I'm just reading what they're writing in my chat group. If there's anything new. So that's the new stuff there. I'm going to refresh over here, and then I'm going to get the Sportsnet show on. Okay, Kulikov is official now. 4 years, $1.15 million with Florida, and Edmonton re-signs Noah Phillip, minimum league contract, 1 year. Nothing big there. All right. Just going to catch up here. Do I think Habs going to do anything? Not much. It's hard to say if they'll do anything, but if they do anything, don't expect any big signings. If you're going to sit here all day expecting a big Habs signing and being on edge, don't, because you're wasting your time. Babe, I think most of us thought Harris would be the first gone, but I could see in a year where people are looking for size. I mean, Kobe's 6'5", so in that observation at the draft, and it wasn't just me. Some of the commentators were saying too. It seems like they're going for size even over skill. Kovacevic was probably the first guy was asked for. Grubauer wins a Cup of Colorado. Now maybe being bought out. Really? That I didn't hear. Hey, Gisette. Zadorov to Boston. Again, that's just a rumor. If that I hadn't heard that, but that would be just a rumor right now. Overpay for Trenin. Kind of agree. Even though it's not a lot, but maybe. Gisette, no, I get that. Kovacevic would have been the same thing, but obviously they want to keep Barron. And they were moving Kovacevic. We weren't sure. We've talked about it how many times after the season ended. And they went with Kovacevic to be first to move out. Where are the Leafs getting dollars to sign Tanev? Don't ask me. I don't know what the Leafs do. Don't want to figure out. I don't even want to know what the thinking is over there because it may be infective. And I don't want to suffer from that kind of thinking. They're saying that Monahan may get a 4-year deal from some team. Yeah, and Habs are rumored in there. I've seen Habs' name with Monahan. It's a possibility, but what I'm seeing is with the Jets. So I'm not seeing any other team specifically. It seems like he's renegotiating with the Jets and might stay there. But, who knows? Did he have a good enough time there? Did he like it there? Did he think he can win there? Red, I have no idea what you're saying. Have for who, what? Who, what, where, when, how? Let me refresh. Spin the wheel. Nothing new there. Let me get this stuff on here. It's a little too loud there, dude. Get that on my ears. Maybe that's not too loud. What do I think of Ben Danford? I have no idea. Yes, we are doing a podcast live on both. Jamie Basco is our guest, and we're also going to go over the draft and recap that for each of our teams. So check that out. Well, here, let's just look. I had it prepared to. Give me a second. So check that out tonight. Pucking Around podcast number 33 already. Yeah, we're going to talk all about that. It'll be on both channels, so it doesn't matter where you check it out. You can see it. All right, where are we getting to here? Do I think Stamkos is going to sign with Nashville or will sign with Tampa? I doubt it with Tampa. Looking like Nashville now, but he's going somewhere. Toronto signed Tanev 6 years. It was 6 years for Tanev. Oh, probably, yeah. And he's got also a no movement clause, a full no movement clause for the whole contract. So, Toronto, that's what you do. You want a no movement clause? Go to Toronto. They're going to give you one. Imagine if Demidov got bought out of KHL contract. I don't see it happening. I really don't. It's a 1-year wait. I don't think that's a problem. And I don't think that's going to happen. But if it did, thing is, okay, is he 100% ready for the Habs? Because with the Michkov thing, he has to stay with the Flyers. They can't demote him. If they do, he has to go back to the KHL. So if that's the same thing, so maybe it's best that he stays another year there, comes here fully ready for the NHL. But, I guess, I don't know if it's a 0% chance. I don't think it's a big chance that that's going to happen. It's at 7:30 tonight. I guess I should have said that. 7:30 tonight for the Pucking Around podcast live right here on Talking Habs and over on DPWM at the same time. Do you think Pittsburgh Penguins will do anything to make trade or anything or make trades? It looks like they're going to sign Grzelcyk. Other than that, there's no rumors or nothing done yet. I'll switch over and see if there's anything new to update here. Matt Duchene signs with Dallas as expected. 1 year, only 1 year, $3 million. So Matt Duchene is a Dallas Star. Didn't he play there already, right? So he's a Dallas Star, and it's a 1 year, $3 million deal. I'm a little surprised that I don't know how old he is now at this. Oh, it says there he's 33, getting a. I'm surprised that he only signed 1 year. Oh well, maybe that's all he figured, or he just wanted to go back to Dallas. Seven years is the max if you're outside the team. 8 years if you're already on the team where they have your contract. Rick, how much money Habs have left to spend? A lot. I don't expect them to spend it, but they've got plenty of money, and money's not a problem. I think somewhere around 30 million, give or take. I'm not sure exactly, but it's up there. They got tons of money. Yeah, it's just like it's not going to be a good contract, that one. Hey, Aki, how you doing? As long as Demidov has an upward progression, he can stay there. Well, you kind of got to expect they're going to do the same thing that they did with Michkov. He's not going to make SK St. Petersburg. He'll probably get sent to Sochi, or he'll go back to the MHL club that he was on. I doubt they're going to do anything to develop him because they already know he's coming here after this next season. So it seems to be their MO over there. And, yeah. I just hope there's some progression. I don't know that he'll suffer that much. He's really got a lot of talent. I don't think it'll be a problem. My thoughts on the draft quickly. It was long. I don't know what aspect of it. It was a long affair, man. Like 9 hours of draft time, the whole thing. So I don't know. What do you? My thoughts are, I said they're going for big players. Teams seem to be going for size, even over skill at times. So does that mean goon hockey again? I don't know. There's that. I thought the Habs did well overall, from what I can tell right now. Their first two picks I really like them. I like Ados Koivu in the system. The other guys, I don't know enough about them to say exactly, but I'm going to trust that Montreal did a good job. Why? Because they've done a good job so far. I love what they're doing. I'm going to trust in it right now. And when I check these guys out, I'll let you know if I think it's shitty, but I doubt I'm going to find it to be shitty. A lot of players off the books next year, too. There's some, yeah. And they're going to have a lot of money next year. Money's not a problem for the Habs right now. JFed says Montreal's first two picks get an A, and rest of the draft a C. Well, I got to say Montreal's first pick of Demidov gets an A plus because, I mean, that's who everybody wanted, number one. That's who Montreal targeted, not only this year, but they kind of targeted him last year. It was the reason why they did not pick Michkov. And then you look, they got him. They tanked perfectly. If you're a tanker, they tanked perfectly. They got the guy they wanted. Seems like a really great kid, a la Slavkovsky, in that way, that character kind of way and skill. I think that's an A plus. Michael Hage, I think will turn out to be, that's an A pick. The rest of the draft, unknown for me right now, so it's hard to give a grade. Ados Koivu, I'm going to give that an A just because it's Koivu's kid. And he seems to have the talent. He's got more size than his dad. There's some potential there. I'm going to give it an A. As you can see over there, that's Koivu's sweater right there. Well, okay, that's fine if you're not included. I do. It is what I make it, dude. It is what I make it, and for you, it is what you make it, and that's fair enough. Jonathan Drew has 7-year, $6.5 million to Utah. No, you kidding me? Yeah, I have trouble believing that. I'm gonna just refresh. Tyler Toffoli to San Jose, as was rumored. The total not available, 4 years, no money available right now. Nothing on Drew is not getting 7 years, $6.5 million. And I'll tell you what, Utah's done some really good things already. They made a few trades, got Sergachev. They've done some good things. That I don't see. Cap friendly apparently is done next week, baby, and it might be middle of the month, but in the next week or two, cap friendly is done. Yes. I'm gonna try to check on that, Drew. Okay, let me see what they're saying in my chat group. Okay, I went past that. So they're saying Marchessault to the Preds 5 times 5.5. I think I said that. Nature's apparently nixed the trade to Buffalo. Zucker to the Sabres is rumor right now. Martinuk Resigns with Calgary 3 times 3.5. That's not official, but apparently that's it from them. Let's do this here. Nothing new over there. So, didn't think, like I wasn't sure if I should come on at 11:30 or 12. The Sportsnet show started at 11:30. Thought I'd do that, but thought, oh my God, it's going to be quiet the first bit. But no, man, I was worried that all the moves would have been done already by 11:30 because it started out kind of a lot of things going on. And but so far, it's on the quiet side, actually. I was expecting it to be busier. Billy Bishop says Dvorak, Armia, Savard, Evans, Harris will be gone. Signed Slav 8-year, $6 to $8 million. From the sound of it, Slav is going to get a very similar contract to Nick and Cole. So I expect 8 years, 7.5 plus. I don't know exactly what. That's what I'm expecting for Slav. Dvorak, they'll probably be able to move him. Armia, I think at the trade deadline, personally, and Savard as well. Evans, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Maybe even at the at training camp, if other guys step up, and they might move Evans at training camp. And Harris, I think, will be the next young D to be moved out. There you go. Still don't believe the Jonathan Drouin thing. First of all, it came from BL, so I'm not going to believe that. Just that I gotta be like critical thinking here and go, hey, Dad, I gotta make sure of. You should have put a lower AAV because I don't believe he'll get. Yeah, maybe I think 4.5 if he gets a big number, maybe 5. I don't think he's gonna get more than that, to be honest with you. But that's me, and maybe I'm biased. So before you say I'm biased, I'm saying maybe I am. Still, Tyler Toffoli, last one. No update on his on the money. I'm just looking at one here. One of the kids I said signed a league minimum, right? 1 year league minimum. The cap hit says not available, but it says total. I don't get that. That's so funny. You can't figure out the cap hit, dude. I'm just looking at it to see if there's any like surprises there. I mean, I don't know if Montour qualifies as a surprise going to Seattle. I don't think it's a surprise that he left Florida, but maybe that. Otherwise, I don't really see any surprises yet. Darren Drager, Jonathan Drouin likely hitting the open market. Boston, St. Louis, and the Rangers believed to be among the clubs most interested. Return to Colorado also possible. There you go. CBL, it's smart to have critical thinking there and go, wait a second. That don't seem right. Imagine Drouin with the Mormons. Would that be good? I don't know. They still haven't decided on a name. I guess I was hearing Cam talking about it on his pod, Hibernation, about the color scheme. Kind of tells you a little bit about what the name might be, like Yeti, and there's the Storm or something like that. But I think they should, and it was a name I heard from him, the Stormin' Mormons. I think that'd just be perfect. The Utah Stormin' Mormons. And if not, I still prefer the Holy Rollers. But I think that the color scheme kind of does tell you where they're headed. Of the names that are out there, I prefer the Outlaws. But I don't know that blue goes along with Outlaws. So, but I don't mind Utah Outlaws. I like that. All right. Stolars, 2 years, 2 million Maple Leafs. That is a rumor. Is that official? But Stolars, I saw somewhere Stolars rumored to go to Toronto. So is Toronto just going to have like a abundance of goalies this year? There's other goalies I thought were going there. Anyway, going to refresh and see. It's not official yet. Are you saying Facebook posts could be wrong? I'm absolutely saying that. As a matter of fact, let me tell you a very funny story. So I put up a post. I'm trying to remember what the post was. No, I answered somebody. Somebody put up a very disrespectful post about, I forget who it was about. So I put up a comment about what an idiot and moron, whatever he is. 5 minutes later, and I'm not joking. And so this was a right-wing post. I responded to it. 5 minutes after I responded to it, Facebook sent me a message that they took it down because I'm being disrespectful to the disrespectful person. They didn't take his post down. Right-wing bullshit. They took mine down. Facebook. So in other words, I only go in there because of the Facebook chat that the boys have set up. But otherwise, Facebook, hold your ears, people who can't handle this. Fuck Facebook. Okay, you can take your hands off your ears now. Bring the kids back into the room. Habs development camp starts tomorrow and goes till the 5th. Does it start tomorrow? That's a last minute kind of an announcement. So that means tomorrow is nothing much. Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. It could be Thursday, Friday. There's going to be a couple of games that they're going to play, inter-team games. Should be on RDS on the YouTube for people who can't watch and all. I'm going to cover those games. So I've just been waiting for the announcement, and as of yesterday, no announcement of what days they were coming. They were going to be doing this. So, all right, because that means I had something to do on the 3rd for someone. I'm going to have to not be able to do that. So yeah, if they're going to be doing those games that they always do, and RDS is going to show them, I'll be doing those games. No, I'm not showing them, of course. But, I'll do some play-by-play if I can. We'll definitely do a lot of talk about the games and everything. Demidov will not be there. Demidov only has a visa for the U.S. He doesn't have one yet for Canada, so he won't be at the development camp. So I know it's a bit of a wind out of the sails with that, but nothing they can do about it. All right, what did I miss? Where are the 3 guys that don't know shit about hockey? They're in Boston, and they all have jobs, and they are at their jobs. Even though they're tweeting or whatever you call it in Facebook, but they're at their jobs. That's why they're not here. But we'll all be together tonight at the pod. We're doing a live Pucking Around podcast on both channels, so you won't miss anything. We'll recap the goings on today and the draft for our teams, and in general. Pete the Fist is doing fine. I mean, as far as I know, he hasn't said anything to me that he's not doing fine. But I keep telling you, he can't right now. He just can't. Doesn't have the schedule. He works for the city over there, driving a bus. He does. He's got a good job now, and his schedule is like not good. And from what I understand, he still loves the Habs, but not enough time to have followed everything all year. So I think that's a reason why he hasn't asked to come on. Askarov trade could happen today. Haven't they said that like last year and this year? BL says official. Stamkos to Nashville. It ain't official till it's on the board over here, but okay. No, but the Martinuk one is official now. 3 years, 3 million, 3.05, re-signing with Carolina. Sam Lafferty is signing with Buffalo. 2 years, $1 million cap hit, AAV, $2 million total. Sam Lafferty is a Buffalo Sabre. There's more money in right-wing politics. Yeah, fuck the right-wing politics. That's what I got to say. Bunch of liars and hypocrites, but hey, that's me. Chikrin to Washington, Brady Shea to Nashville, OEL, and Stolarz to Leafs. Those are the rumors. I don't know that that's official. The Chikrin one's new on me. What will Arbor's contract look like? I think a bridge deal of probably 2 to 3 years. 2 million in that area. I doubt more than 2.5. Hey, Quinn. How's it going, Quinn? OEL, 4 years, 14 million to Toronto. OEL was rumored in Toronto. Again, like I said, not official until it's on the board here. Not on the board. Let's see what the boys are saying. Chikrin is a big thing. OEL to Toronto, 4 times 3.5. That's apparently true. Matt Roy to Washington, 7 times 5.5. These are either true or rumors right now. There's a trade alert. Jacob Chikrin to Washington for Nick Jensen and a 2026 third. So Jacob Chikrin is a Washington cap, but that's a trade. Yeah, okay, that's what they're saying there. I got it, you guys. Chikrin's official. Yeah, no, Nick Jensen. Nick Jensen and a third. Lindholm and Zadorov to Boston. I know Lindholm is expected to be going to Boston. Zadorov, I don't think there was any. I didn't hear the rumors for him where he was expected to go. I don't know if that's official yet, though, with Lindholm or Zadorov. What are we getting here? Jonathan Marchessault is a Nashville Predator. 5 years, 5.5. He's 33. You got to worry about the length of that contract. Noel Hoffmeyer. I don't know how. Hoffmeyer. Anyway, Edmonton, 1 year, league minimum, re-sign. That's what's official, ladies and gentlemen. If you want me to recap, can I recap everything? Okay, let's see. Big names. Reinhart resigns in Florida. Gensel is now a Lightning. Joseph Wall signs a 3-year deal with Toronto, as does Chris Tanev, but 6 years, $4.5 million, no movement clause for the whole thing. Brandon Montour, Seattle Kraken, 7 years, 7.14. Matt Duchene, 1 year, $3 million to go to Dallas. Tyler Toffoli, San Jose Sharks, 4 years. It's now known, $6 million AAV, $24 million total. Let's see. There you go. Montour got paid. He did. I want to see now. He is also 30. So it's a 7-year. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. That deal, he might even play for the whole deal. You never know. I mean, as far as term and age, that's not too bad. As far as the rest, I don't know. I'm not sure if it ends at 5 or 3 in the afternoon, but I think it's 5. I think this goes till 5. Brady Shea, 7 times 7 from Nashville. Oh, that's a lot for Shea, don't you think? I mean, if that's accurate, that seems to be a lot for Shea. I wish the Sportsnet list was updated better. I should probably find another list. Boston, it's official on Lindholm and Zadorov. Let me see. Why do the boys not have that? Yes. Okay, you're right. I don't have numbers. I don't have numbers on it, though. So, yes, Boston has signed Elias Lindholm. So now they have Hampus and Elias Lindholm. And they've also signed Nikita Zadorov. BL saying Lindholm 7 times 7.4. I want to say that's about what they've been talking about in the group chat, the boys. But, Lindholm, I think, is 30. Again, not crazy. 7 years. He's a forward. I mean, maybe. We'll see. Perron, 2 years, $4 million from Ottawa, not Montreal. That's interesting because Montreal is rumored to be negotiating with him. Again, none of these are on Sportsnet's board because Sportsnet they suck. They don't even have like a Chiron on the TV show that they're doing for this, showing the signings. They don't even have that. What idiots. Yeah, I reported the Matt Roy to Washington already, 7 times 5.75. So, Stamkos, not officially gone anywhere yet, but he sent a thank you for everything Tampa Bay Lightning fans letter out. So he is not going back to Tampa. That is official at this point now. Why does the Montour deal blow your mind? I'm just curious. The amount? Like the money or the term? He just won a Stanley Cup. That probably added $1 million a year onto that contract. 4 years, $8 million for Stamkos. I missed where. Brett Pesce is with the Devils. Anthony Stolar's 2 years, 2.5 AAV. Anthony Manta, 1 year, 3.5 in Calgary. Max Domi stays with Toronto, 4 years. I didn't see the money. Nashville for Stamkos, official. $15 million, so $3.75 million AAV for Domi. Jack Campbell is getting bought out by the Oilers. Liljegren, 2 years, $6 million total. So $3 million a season. Jets are buying out Nate Schmidt. Red Wings re-signed Patrick Kane, 1 year, $4 million, including bonuses. Sean Durzi stays with Utah. Lost some money. Sam Carrick to the Rangers, 3 years, $3 million. They're reporting Canadians acquired Jonathan Kovacevic from the Devils for a 2026 fourth-round pick. That's the funniest fucking thing I've seen in a while. Sportsnet can't get that right? Oh, my God. Tyler Myers re-signs in Vancouver. 3 years, $9 million. Canucks get Dakota Joshua, 4 years, $13 million. Casey Middlestad stays with the Avalanche, 3 years, $17.25 million. OEL signs 4 years, $14 million with the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs going to be a different fucking team next year, and yet the same. We'll see. We'll see if that makes any difference. But they've changed. Better goaltending. The defense is different, that's for sure. Who's left for the Habs could target? I don't think it matters because they're not going to do much. They might do nothing here today. Don't be surprised. If they sign anybody, I would think it's over the summer. I don't think it's going to be today because they're not going after anybody big. It's clear they're not. I think that's the move to make. Personally, I think, even if they had signed a David Perron, there's guys that they could fill us in there and give them a full year look, like Joshua Roy. Like, I don't think they need to sign somebody to placehold for Demidov on that second line. Shem Pickle's not there for the Habs. We traded him. Victor Arvidsson to Edmonton. Is Lindholm worth $7+ a year? Probably not. Boston, don't forget, a little desperate to get somebody there like Lindholm, so they probably overpaid a little bit to get him. Is that a good thing? No, probably not, but who cares? Because Boston should be on their downfall. And I don't care if it's Cam's birthday today. I'm not going to, I hope the worst for Boston. Don't tell them I said that, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't sign anybody big. Habs, no, they're not going to. And there's no big trades either. I think they want to wait and see if Kirby Dach is going to be healthy. If not, they got to start looking for a C. Well, I think this was the reason for Michael Hage to be picked up. I think that's why. And apparently they targeted him and not Yzerman. That's why they moved up to 21. So I think they covered themselves there. Let's see. At trades, like I said earlier, I think Harris. You might see like a Devo, Armia. You might see guys like that get traded. But I mean, that's just going to be trade bad, I think. I don't think they're going to be able to pull off one of those big trades like for Dach or Newhook. And getting Demidov at the draft, I don't know that they need to do that. Because, their rebuild is pretty much done. It doesn't mean next year we're a playoff team, but the rebuild, the players in place, prospects, that's there now. And they're going to take a couple more years, and they're going to be ready. So I don't see why they're going to go out and make either a big trade now or sign a huge free agent. Not this year. Toffoli, he went to San Jose. Got to think that has something to do with it, right? He went somewhere where they need a guy like Toffoli. You got Celebrini coming in there, a lot of young kids. Toffoli, we saw here, the young kids love him, and he's a great mentor. And so, the agent got more money for that. I think that's what it's about. And you know what? A good signing for San Jose in that aspect. And for Toffoli, he realizes he's not winning a cup there. So he's already won a cup or two, one anyway. And I think he's going to be a mentor and enjoy that and live in San Jose, which can't be that bad. Monahan is rumored to be going to Columbus, BL. Billy Bishop, it's no longer a rumor. The Sens have signed David Perron. Brendan Dillon went to New Jersey. I do believe you're right. As speaking of like Dylan's, Dylan Dubé, one of the 5 Hockey Canada pieces of shit, signed in the KHL, and Carter Hart is attempting to do the same. So that answers that. When we were talking about it back then, wondering if I said KHL, that's where they'll have to go. Guess what? That's where they're heading. Let's see. Habs will start the season with a double header, October 9th at home against Toronto and October 10th in Boston for their home opener. Is that true? It's a back-to-back? I think I saw that. I hate that. I don't like them opening up that way. I don't like back-to-back games. When I'm doing the games, I don't know. Especially to start the season, it makes it very hectic. Although, to start the season, it's not as bad because I'm fresh and I'm ready to go, Stamkos, Shea, Marchessault, all in Nashville. Yes, reported that already. Teravainen, 3 years, $16 million with Chicago. Yes. Chicago definitely building around Bedard. Or I'll say this, building might be the wrong word. They're supporting him, and they're giving him more to work with this year. And I imagine as they get better, that's what's going to happen, right? They're going to support him now, and hopefully draft right, and that support will come in too. So, but I mean, good job for Chicago. It's not my favorite team, as you know why. But for Bedard, I'm happy because I got nothing against that kid. He's going to be a great hockey player, and he needs the supporting cast around him. He needs some help there. Honestly, I didn't think these guys here on Sportsnet panel or whatever would be this boring. You guys in the chat are way more interesting than these 3 guys up there. It's almost $8 million a year for Lindholm. I don't know that that's 7 years. I don't know that that's a good contract. But they were in need of that type of player. Sometimes you got to pay. Lucas Stamkos, Nashville, I believe 4 million. 4-year, $8 million or $6 million, something like that contract. But he's in Nashville with Marchessault. Marchessault went there as well, and they got somebody else. I can't remember now offhand. Mark Giordano to Habs, 1 year, $9.5 million. Except Montreal's not that dumb. So let's play. Where does Montreal finish in division? I say 6th to 8th. I think that's probably where they finish, and I think there's an outside chance they finish 4th or 5th, but outside chance. But no, I tend to agree with you there. They're going to be better, but I mean marginally. I don't think tons. I think they'll be better enough that they'll make a bit of a run, probably at the second wild card spot, and then fall off. Like I said last year for them, I think that's going to happen this year. So, yeah, I think that's fair to say. Not only BL, man. Yeah, no, BL's having fun with me. BL's trying to see if he can get one past me, I think. And they saying Harry Ice reported it. No, he didn't. As a joke, man. Lucas, yes, it does depend on the other teams in our division, and that's something that you got to look at, right? If you think Montreal's going to move up into the playoffs. Well, who's falling out? But I think they move up in the division a little bit. But remember, like there's other teams in the division that got better too. I'm saying that, not sure of myself on that though. Actually, uh, Florida may drop down. Um, looks like Toronto might stay in there. I gotta say, beside the Tanev move, I think Stolar's good. It's a good move. Signing Wall 3 years. Obviously, they're looking at. You're taking a look at Stolar's and Wall. What else? What's the other signing? There's one or two other. They did a couple of good things. We'll see. They got a good coach this time in Berube. I imagine this is his influence. I thought the Toronto Maple Leafs were the worst team at the draft. The worst team at the draft. But we'll see how that affects them. Oh, Elliot was updating. Let's update that big board here. I'm going to go over to that. Update the big board. Boom. Okay, what's on there now official that I have not announced? So Stolar's 2 years, 2.5. Stamkos getting 4 years at $8 million. Craig Smith going to Chicago. 1 year, 1 million. So not a big thing. Some veteran presence there, I guess. That's all that's on the official board on an update from when I last updated you, or some of the confirmed ones that we had already. Brett Peshington, New Jersey. I don't know their salary cap hit, but yeah. But remember, what was New Jersey's biggest problem beside goaltending was the defense, and you've seen a few. I've seen a few moves that they made, and it's to shore that up. I expect Jersey's defense to be a better this next season, and I think that was a big problem for them, right? Goaltending and defense. Monahan going to Columbus, says Billy Bishop 5 times 5.5. That's very possible. It's rumored. He was rumored to be going there, and I forget the other team, or to re-sign with Winnipeg. And then on an outside chance, Montreal was mentioned. But BL, yeah, I had Mantha going to Calgary already. 1 year, 3.5. Darth Master, I mean, there's rumors out there that Habs, I haven't seen anything that actually says Montreal's interested in doing that. The rumor was they would trade the Jets back their first round pick at the draft, but that did not happen. Since then, I haven't heard anything of McGrory to the Habs. Monahan is confirmed. Awesome. Good for him. I don't know why would he want to go to Columbus. I thought he'd want to go somewhere to win a cup, but he's not going to do that in Columbus. So he's accepted the fact that maybe he's going to be a mentor the rest of his career, or he believes Calgary's on the right track, and by the end of his contract, they might be in the thick of things. Otherwise, why would Monahan want to go there? Brossois to Chicago. Yeah, I didn't think it was significant, to be honest. So I did mention it. He's good buddies with Johnny Hockey. Oh, yeah, no, that's probably true, right? I didn't think of that. Ray's agreeing with you. Is DeBrusk going to Vancouver? He definitely was leaving Boston. Okay, Ray, enough barking, eh? Let's quickly refresh the board. And we got Brady Shea officially now going to Nashville, 7 years, 7 million a year. And Zadorov to Boston, 6 years, 5 million. So 6 years, 5 million AAV for Zadorov to Boston. Boston needed some toughness and defense. And I think they get both there in Zadorov, more toughness than defense. But I think that's a good pickup for Boston because they needed that toughness. And who else did they get again? Lindholm. Yeah, I mean, they needed scoring up front. And they got some of that with Lindholm. Seven years, 5.5 for DeBrusk from Vancouver. I'm hearing that in my ear there. It's on. Do I think Montreal will make a big move today? No, I don't. I mean, why would they? They might make a move. Will it be a big one? No. I really don't think so. 99% sure, not 1%, maybe. Alex Burrows won't be back with the Habs next season. Is that official? That does not bother me. Jeff Skinner, Habs killer on the move. Yes, Jeff Skinner. Is it official where he's going? This was known he was going to be moving. Where's he going, though? As far away as possible. Go to the Western Conference. The Pacific Division would be great. Burrows wanted to leave, spend more time with the family. Well, from my experience, when someone says that, the team allowed him to leave with his dignity and didn't fire him in disgrace because they like him still and all that's good. But they probably asked him to leave. Yes, they probably let him go, but with dignity. And that's usually what they say, to spend more time with my family. I mean, sorry, that doesn't stand up. But I'm happy to hear that, to be very honest with you. So who's going to come in as the Habs power play coach? That's something to look forward to. Monahan and Gaudreau reunion, had career year in Calgary. No, I forgot about Johnny Hockey being in Calgary. So yeah, that makes sense that he's got a chance to play there. Probably was the best offer he had. Wanted to go play with his buddy. Doc, our second line center, who'll fill the wings next season. Alex Newhook on one side. And in my opinion, if the Habs do not pick up a player to play there, make a trade for a player to play there, it's Joshua Roy. My opinion. Before camp starts, before anything, that's what I'm looking at for that spot. Could be Guy Boucher get hired? I mean, could be Guy Boucher. There, Billy Bishop's got same as I've got. Because I mean, that's what makes sense, right? It makes sense. Definitely, Joshua Roy showed he has potential to be, at the very least, a guy that can play on the second line when needed for extended periods, if not permanently. But I think he'd like to show that he could do it permanently. I like what I saw from him last year. I'd like to see more. Stamkos, I don't think wanted to leave Tampa. BL. The club has their agenda. It's clear that their agenda this year, and he wasn't part of that agenda. It's a business after all, And that's one of those situations where you see that it's a business, right? There's not a lot of loyalty in the NHL. Let's update the board one more time. Oh boy, we're already an hour into this. Wow. All right, so the David Perron deal is now official to Ottawa. 2 years, 4 million AAV. Victor Arvidsson goes to Edmonton. 2 years, 4 million, and that's the same. That's the same as what Perron's getting. Perron is 36. Arvidsson is 31. So there's a difference there. So I guess it was too much money for Montreal. I would think if they were after Perron, they were. I don't know if they wanted to pay that kind of money. They have it. Excuse me, but I don't know. Is that an overpayment for Perron? Probably not. Though 4 million, he put up. I heard 56 points last year. That's pretty decent. It's just that he's 36. If Owen Beck wants to make the team, Evans or Devo will have to go. Oh, that's without a doubt. And there's a good chance that Owen Beck does. And so being asked earlier, I think depending on what happens in training camp, that's probably where you see Devo get moved or Evans. I think I said this about Evans. At that point. I'm trying to get there's some music being played. I'm wondering, it's Canada Day here. I'm in Quebec. So Canada Day doesn't get really celebrated much. But I'm hearing music and I can't tell if it's in the headphones or not. Because I'm expecting they should have a show going on, like not that far away from me. Darth Master says, I think Montreal should get a top six player to play on the second line, trade for Zegras, and put Doc on the wing. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I really don't, because you got Demidov coming in next year. I don't think Zegras checks the boxes for them, character wise. There's a few things. Plus the cost. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Zegras is the guy that's coming here. And I don't see a need for bringing in a guy like that at this point. I really don't. Stamkos was saying Tampa made it clear to him a while back that he would not be back. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was reading. Just like it says, there's no loyalty since Vegas backstabbed Marc-Andre Fleury and KK backstabbed the Habs. And yeah, I mean, there's no loyalty, when it comes to business from the teams. And quite frankly, there's a lot of players. There's no loyalty as long as somebody's offering more money. You were looking at the line for the Habs and you detect a pattern. What line? Jake Evans and a fourth from New Jersey for Nick Robertson. Evans from Toronto. You mean no? First of all, trading for Nick Robertson, who's asked Toronto for a trade, it doesn't make sense. Why? He's also a smaller player, supposed to be in the form like sort of like Caulfield. That was the comparison. He's done nothing so far in his career. And why? He's a small player. We don't need any more small players like that. You're gonna bring in a small player, better have a track record as something. Canada Day is more popular in Ottawa, says Giselle. That's about the biggest understatement I've heard today. Yeah, Canada Day is not popular here. You see any celebrations in Montreal? No, because Montreal's doing shit about it. As a matter of fact, the mayor put a Canada Day post on Twitter, so I called her a hypocrite and a liar and a separatist is what she is. And I tweeted that back at her. Don't expect to hear an answer. Maybe get on a list somewhere, but that's about it. And I did the same thing with Legault with his Happy Canada Day blue though picture. Like I said, Canada's red. Hey, piece of shit. No, it's just nothing going on in Montreal. Maybe some small little celebrations, but no parade, no big. No, because the city of Montreal didn't want to issue permits to anybody because they're separatist pieces of garbage. Stamkos is saying it's Tampa's fault that he's not there. Well, of course. I mean, he wanted to go back. They didn't want him. That's not Stamkos' fault. DeBrus getting 7 years, 38 million. Let me update this over here. What's the update? Oh, okay. Here we go. Sean Monahan, Columbus, 5 years, 5.5. So Sean Monahan, 5 years, 5.5, and Brendan Dillon, 3 years, 4 million, AAV in New Jersey. That's what I got updated on the board. What, our lines? Well, maybe they're. You don't know what the lines are going to look like. Like once Demidov's here, there could be some changes. Why would we need to whip Robertson into shape? We got small players here already. We don't need more small players in the top 6 or the top 9, to be quite honest. Just that I don't know what you're saying. This year they wouldn't give a permit for it. I don't know how many ways can I say that. Nashville's one of those places without a. So he went from one state without. So he knew what he's doing. He don't want to pay no state income tax, Stamkos. What was I doing? Okay. Yakov Trenin announced earlier 4 years, 3.5 in Minnesota. So he signed there. And Brandon Duhaime, 2 years, 1.85 AAV with Washington. So no, still not really. No, that's not. There's still a lot of big names still out there. I don't have to put the second still in there. Still a lot of big names out there, and will they all get signed today? Probably not all. I would think a good portion of them will. And I said there's a deadline. The deadline's not. That's trade deadline. I don't know what I was thinking of. There's no deadline on the free agency, if I'm correct. It just starts July 1st and ends when the season starts, something like that. I don't know when that ends. Okay, Ray, because people are talking outside, you do not have to bark. Demidov will be our second line winger. Ray, no barking. With Doc, who could be the other winger? It could have been Cole Eiserman, but it's not. Alex Newhook. or Joshua Roy or another winger that they've got prospects. I don't think that's a problem. So of the top 20 UFAs, only Chandler Stevenson is left. Is that what you're saying? Well, then maybe they're all going to get signed. There's actually no proof of that. Um, um, Hughes was asked about it, and you could say, well, he had to say what he said. He said they traded up to get Michael Hage. What I think happened, they traded up to get Michael Hage if they couldn't trade up higher to get Yzerman. I think they thought they needed to get in the teens, and he kind of said that they might have moved that pick up if they could, but they couldn't. So I think they said, let's take the 21. At worst, we can get this kid here, and maybe we can move it up. I don't think they expected Yzerman to drop that far. So that's what I think happened. So I think, Hughes was not lying when he said they traded up for him, but I really think they tried to trade that 21 up into the teens. And then I think when Yzerman fell and they were kind of thinking, well, maybe we'll get him at 21, but he did get plucked right before their pick. Hey, Phil, happy Canada Day, Phil. Thank you. I appreciate that's how you let off. Appreciate it, man. No, I don't think he was telling a fib. It was one of those things where he wasn't lying because I think it went the way I saying it. They traded up, hoping to move up further, but at worst, if we couldn't, we can get this kid here, and we'll try to get up and get Yzerman. That's what I think happened. So I think no, he's telling the truth. But it looked like they were going to get Yzerman at 21. But honestly, did you think Yzerman was going to fall that low? I don't think anybody did. I thought he'd fall out of the top 10, but I was pretty sure he'd go somewhere between 12 and 15. Phil says he knew Seneca had something special going. He went third. He did go third. It wasn't a shock to me. It was a shock to him. It wasn't a shock to me, though. And it was known that Anaheim was interested. They interviewed him. They took him to dinner. And they were talking about him, and so was Columbus. So it's a possibility Columbus would have taken him if he didn't get picked by Anaheim. But Seneca is one of those, not really boom or bust, but more of a risk because his floor was a little lower, but his ceiling was highest amongst those guys there, I think, is from what I read. Will he hit the ceiling, though? Don't know, but I think it's a really good pick for Anaheim, and if Montreal would have picked him, I'd have been very happy as well. Kool-Aid time? Nothing to do with Kool-Aid, dude. It's not something I heard, and not something I already thought that when the draft was happening. Not specifically, but that they were going to move that pick up. So I'm on record as saying that's what I thought they were going to do with it. So no, I don't think that's Kool-Aid at all. And quite frankly, with Hughes, he's not lying. They didn't ask him, were they going to get that pick up higher to get out? They didn't ask him that. Was that your target at 21? I think realistically it was, because I don't think Yzerman would have dropped that far. And I don't think anybody did. So, no, what's that have to do with Kool-Aid? Here's my Kool-Aid. It's the only Kool-Aid I drink. Listen, I think I used to be that Kool-Aid guy when I started doing this. I don't think in year 7 I drink the Kool-Aid nearly as often as I did. I think it's more rare now. Yzerman reminded you a lot of when Cole fell, but I think for different reasons. Because Yzerman, I mean, he's 6 feet, 175 pounds, something like that. He's not like he's got an NHL sized body, so that's not the problem. Yzerman just there's a lot of work to do with Yzerman, other than the shooting and the scoring. That's his whole thing. He's one dimensional. He's got a lot of work till he hits the league. I think personally, and I think that's the reason he fell. Simple as that. You don't know that Yzerman will make the league. That's number one. And you don't know if he's simply one-dimensional, doesn't have defense, doesn't have this, doesn't have that. He'll score some goals in the league, but I don't know that he'll get the opportunities to be a 50-goal scorer, though. Right? It's hard to put a guy in the league on a top line when all he's got is his shot. But he can't play defense, can't do that. I don't know how you put that guy in the league or on a top line. That's why I don't drink it, Phil. Watching the show on TV, Marie-May Bouchard and another guy. I have no idea who that is. That's the French guys for... I don't watch it in French, as long as you probably know. Impressive what? That she got up, walked to the microphone? That she spoke? I don't know what was impressive. Not saying it wasn't a nice thing to do, but what was impressive? Darth Master, you've heard how I've talked so far. You can probably figure that out. Demidov's going to be, I think, without a doubt, at the very least, a great player. Yzerman might be. Yzerman is a risk. So, I mean, there's no way in the world would I have picked Yzerman as high as Demidov was picked. No. Would I have been okay if they picked him with the second pick, Yzerman? Sure, it's not the first one. And if they saw something in him, sure. And they must have seen something if they were interested. But don't say Demidov could be better. Seneca was as surprised as everybody else that he went number 3. Apparently a really good kid. Got sick hands. Like might have the best hands in the draft. That's what they're saying. He's got a very high upside and ceiling. They don't know if he'll hit it. He's a little bit more of a risk that way, but not much. Listen, I know what she has and all that. I'm just saying, how impressive. She walked up to a microphone and said a few words. It was nice to see her and all that, but I'm not going to give her like a hero medal because she did that. Jason, what do you expect Montreal to do? What are you looking for them to do in the draft? I'm looking for them to do nothing. There's nothing they should be doing. If anything, maybe a minor signing. But I don't know. What are you expecting that you're disappointed? Can Demidov be better than Michkov? Okay, I'm going to answer it this way. Last year, Montreal could have had Michkov. They passed. I don't think it was totally on skill and all that. They passed, I think, a little bit because of character. But they passed. They were also already targeting Demidov. And then they picked him. I think Montreal thinks that he's better than Michkov. And that leads me to believe that he probably, I think he's going to be better than Michkov. Oh, I was okay with her coming up there, Phil. I'm just saying it's not impressive, and no, she's never been a favorite of mine. But I mean, nothing to be impressed by. But I mean, I was happy to see her doing it. It was great. It's it's great show and all that. Nothing wrong with it. You thought they wanted to compete. What shows you they're not trying to compete? I don't understand. You want them to compete earlier than they're ready and then blow all of this rebuild, everything they've done by jumping the gun on their plan? And yet it's early in the off season. They may do something that you like that. I don't know. I just don't expect much. But I mean, what's showing you that they're not competing? I don't get that. Well, I knew Celine Dion's younger than me. I knew that. They are improving, though. Where do you not see them improving? Who are they going to sign that's going to make such a huge difference this year? That's a little bit espionage like, Phil, for my liking. They recognized him already before Michkov draft, and they decided that they thought he would have been a better pick the year after. And did they maneuver to get it there? Did they tank just enough to get him? I don't know. But if they did, it was perfect. Why did Montreal choose Reinbacher? What were they thinking? They were thinking of a number one defenseman, a shutdown guy, a perfect match, pairing partner for Hudson. That's what they were thinking. A guy that in Europe was rated number 2 behind Connor Bedard in terms of becoming an NHL star. You can laugh at that, but yeah, there's a story there. He was very highly thought of, and he would have been picked like right after them. I think it's a great pick in the long run. It's not the guy I wanted last year, but I think it was a great pick. They are indeed competing. They sure as hell. Yeah, I think Carrier is rumor. Anyway, maybe it's not official. Speaking of, but I thought I had seen Carrier was signing elsewhere. And I'm right. William Carrier signs with Carolina, 6 years, 2 million AAV. So he's God, buddy. There's more. Igor Sharangovich re-signs a contract extension with Calgary, 5 years, 5.75. Look at the right side of the Habs. Slav, Doc, Anderson, Armia. That's right now. Anderson and Armia are not long-term plans. Reinbacher, 25 minutes a game times 82. Michkov, 15, 20 minutes a game times 82, maybe. Reinbacher's a good pick. Demidov is a left shot, I think. But I believe he's a right wing, though. That makes sense. I'm not sure. Doc will replace Anderson? Anderson playing third line wing. Doc going to play second line center. How does he replace Anderson? Who did you want them to take last year? Oh, shit. You want me to think of the kid's name? I can't think of his goddamn name. Thank you for that, Darth. Make me look stupid. He was a winger. Somebody help me out with that name. You all know who I wanted. No, not Will Smith. Crosby will be our second line center. No, we're not getting Crosby. There's no official Drouin signing. No, it wasn't Zach Ben. Ryan Leonard. I wanted Ryan Leonard. Drouin 2.5 for 1 year. Now that's an honest. That's what he's worth. 1 year, 2.5. Prove it again, then we'll sign you. Fantilli is interesting. Yeah, but we weren't going to get him last year. All right, let's do the board here and see if there's some more updates. Nope. Not that I'm saying none of these are official, but they're not on the official board yet. How we doing? What time is it? Potential to go. I don't know if I'm going to go another hour, but I'm going to go a little longer. We are. Don't forget tonight we are doing this right here. Puck Around Podcast, 7:30 tonight on both channels. That's Talking Habs and DPWM. We're going to talk about the free agent frenzy, what went on today, recap it, and we're going to recap the draft for all three of our teams and the NHL like in general. So check that out, 7:30 tonight. All the boys will be in. Harry will be there. We'll have a special guest, Jamie Baskow, a Philadelphia Flyers beat writer and friend of the channel. And of course, Happy Canada Day, everybody. Is David Reinbacher better than Smashhead? I know you're talking about Samashev. I think so. Will the three geniuses be there? They're supposed to be. I mean, listen, they're not geniuses, but you can't say they know nothing about hockey. You might not agree with them all the time, and I don't, but they know their hockey good enough. Come on. As well as me, if not a little better, but in a different way, too. So, Line A in Montreal, I doubt it. I doubt that. Harry is supposed to be there. I sent him all the links. He said he wants to be in. He's good, but I haven't heard a confirmation. But with Harry, I won't know till it's showtime. He'll be in about 10 minutes before. David Etegui said Line A in Montreal. Good for him. First of all, who the fuck is David Etegui? That I should be, he said it. Oh, well. He's better than Bob Kenzie. Yeah, I know. Line A's not coming to Montreal. I take Lyon from Columbus in one way. Their next year's first round pick has to come unprotected. If that happens, I might consider it along with something else, but I want that first round pick unprotected. I'd rather have Zegras. Yeah, I'd rather have Zegras too, and I don't want to have Zegras. So David Ategwe. So no, if I said I never heard of him, don't say, "Wow, you never heard of him." Tell me who he is. Maybe I have, and I don't realize I've heard of him. I know I've heard of Bob McKenzie and a bunch of other guys, and I've not heard of him. I probably have, but don't realize it because that's how big a name he is. Kira. Yeah, you hear a meowing cat. That's my cat. Are you serious? Alex Barry-Boulet signs with us? Minimum and one way? Yeah, but he's playing in Laval. Well, if that's if that's an actual signing, he's playing in Laval. Let's do the board here. Okay, so here's new ones. Kiefer Sherwood, 2 years, 1.5 AAV with Vancouver, free agency. Danton Heinen leaves Boston for Vancouver, 2 years, 2.25 AAV. And Jonathan Drouin signs with Colorado, 1 more year, 2.5 this time. And that's it. So he impressed them enough to get double the money. Let's see if he can impress them enough this year to get double that and a couple more years term. We'll see. But it's not like super impressive to go, congratulations, Jonathan Drouin. He got 1 year at $2.5 million. It's not a super impressive contract. I'm sorry. But, if you talk about me drinking Kool-Aid, I wonder. Thinking on a lot of comments. I'm going to have to scroll. Darth Master, too early to tell that. He's supposed to be the best defenseman in the draft, but you got to look back after 5 years. It was only one season. You can't tell. That's probably where he's going to go if they sign him. DeBrusk, no, don't need rumors. He signed. He went to Vancouver, 7 years, $5.5 million. Nicholas. Etegwe, he's a super duper guy, and he's famous for read some stories about herrings. Sorry, what? I still don't know who he is then. One way means he's playing in Montreal. No. One way means he wanted to be paid more than $150,000 or something to play on a two-way deal down there. They signed him wanting him for Laval because they want Laval to win. They're paying him that. He's going to have to clear waivers to come to Montreal. Now, does that mean he won't? No, but doesn't mean he's playing in Montreal. If it was $3 million, different story. It's $775,000, dude. Jake Evans can play right wing if center's too occupied in Laval. Jake Evans will get traded, not demoted. I don't think. Cam Talbot to Detroit, says BL. Drouin doesn't care. He's got $40 million of Jeff's money. Sorry, still says to me, not that impressive. You can drink the Kool-Aid all you want on that. That's fine. Drouin got what he's worth, nothing more. See, I agree with Giselle on that. Yeah, we reported all those, Phil. Phil, I know what a fucking red herring is. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder how dumb you think I am. I mean, I really do. So what were you talking about that I asked you to clarify that? What was that all about? Red herrings. Can't even find it. But come on, how dumb do you think I am? Nashville won free agency this year. Free agency's not over yet. Ulan and gone. He wasn't qualified. Anybody not qualified is gone. New Jersey have brought in 4 new defensemen. Yeah, there you go. New Jersey might have won. Listen, it's not over. There's a lot of free agents still out there. You kind of got to assess this a little later. At least wait till the end of the day. It's like it's 10 after 1. It's like really early in the free agent frenzy to say somebody's won. Yeah, J-Fed, we covered that one. If Hamilton comes back healthy and the youngest Hughes brother make for some set of D. Yeah, I don't know what the status of Donnie Hamilton is, to be honest with you. Okay, let's update the board. We got Noah Gregor, minor deal, 850,000 1 year with Ottawa. Warren Fogle signs with LA as was expected. 3 years, no money yet on that one. If you can't tell yet, by the way, it's Canada Day in Canada. Happy Canada Day to all Canadians, especially the ones in the chat. Fogle to replace PLD on the 3rd, a lot cheaper, I'm sure, a lot cheaper, and probably get you better numbers than PLD did last year. Wow, Harry Ice got off. He got lucky that Drouin turned that down, man. Wonder if Montreal is in on Tarasenko to have another Russian player for next year when Demidov is over. I mean, I haven't heard anything, Dean, about Tarasenko and Montreal being tied, but I mean, I don't expect Montreal literally to do much of anything. And a player of Tarasenko's stature, I don't think so. Somebody lesser, but I don't know what Tarasenko would sign for. Yeah, I don't see it. Habs have prospects to fill in, the placeholder at very least till Demidov gets here on that second line. They've got guys that can do that and get experience, and it'd be great for them. And I don't see why they need to bring in somebody. They have tried, I guess, in free agency. They were apparently on David Perron. They didn't get him. I don't know. I mean, Hughes and Gordon kind of already said, I think Gordon said, we don't want to bring in an older guy to take time away from a younger guy. He said that like at the draft, I think. Or was it at the draft? Yeah, I think at the draft. Now, does that mean they won't sign somebody on a short-term I mean, Hughes said they might, but I don't think it means they will. Why are people moving today, Giselle? Because it's moving day. And if your lease is up July 1st, you can't move. Well, you can move May 1st, I guess. Can't move September 1st. Wedgwood, Scott Wedgwood to Nashville to back up what's UC Saros? Excuse me. Henrique is linked to Columbus. Good for him. Not moving the needle. Daniel Sprong could be of interest to the Habs on a short deal. I mean, I don't say you're wrong. I don't know who. They haven't really talked about it or anything, so I don't know who they're looking at, right? We could make guesses, but it's just that. And again, I don't really expect Montreal to have done anything today. Well, what did I hear? Barry Trotz said they've got a lot of cap. It's time to weaponize our cap space. So there you go. He's signing guys. July 1st advantage is school is over. School is definitely over. It was over over a week ago, though. Let's see what the boys are saying. Oh, we're here. Okay, Grizzlick. 1 year, 2.75 in Pittsburgh, says Alex. Is that official? Nope, that's not it. Sean Walker may be going to Carolina. Okay. No, it's guess it's slowed down a little bit. All right, where are we at? So I'm going to do about another 15 minutes, a little less. And then, it's already slowed down. There are obviously going to be some more names and stuff signed and all that. But we're going to be doing a podcast tonight live on here and on our other channel. And we're going to update all that. So we'll have all that for you if you haven't gotten it already. But we're still going to have that with some, our thoughts on the signings. And we're going to go over the draft and recap that for our teams. The Bruins, Flyers, and Habs, and the league in general. That's tonight at 7:30, so please don't miss that. We'd love to see you there. I know that there is going to be 2 giveaways, as a matter of fact, tonight on that show for Talking Habs people in Canada. We're going to be giving away a T-shirt. One of those 2 there. Your choice if you're the winner. And for people in the States, preferably in the Boston area, we're going to be giving away a $50 pizza card for a pizza restaurant, and a hat from that restaurant as well. Let's see. Was Burroughs let go today? I don't know 100%, born to be a Hab. I heard that he was not let go, but left to spend more time with his family, which to me says yes, he was let go, but with dignity. Markstrom and all those defensemen are going to make them a favorite. Remind me again, where did Markstrom go? I'm just blanking. No. Where the hell did Markstrom go? Yeah, I got to go to a friend's pool party barbecue in an hour or so. Well, that's good because I'm done very soon. But you can't leave till I'm done. Harry Rice will come up with some way to say the Habs are the big free agent winner. Listen, Harry's allowed his opinion just like you are. And I like Harry's opinions. Sometimes they're crazy, sometimes they're just funny, and a lot of times they're kind of bang on. Or, at least a part of it, he's on the right track. No, Harry, and you know what? For a kid who really only got into hockey about 5 years ago, I think, he's pretty good. So don't put down my Harry, man. I got his back. Okay, let's update this before because I'm going to be going in about 10 minutes, but we'll update this now. All right, we got Lauren Brossois now officially to Chicago, 2 years, 3.3. And Cam Talbot, 2 years, 2.5, gone to Detroit. And if you hadn't heard earlier, Patrick Kane re-signed 1 year, $4 million in Detroit. Hey there, Dave Elliott. Yeah, things are good. Yourself? Harry's he's a great kid. He really is. He's a good kid. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. That's the kind of kid he is. So he's a good kid. He's got his opinions. He can be stubborn about his opinions at times, but I mean, what the hell's wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with that. That's what we're supposed to have, especially here when we're doing this kind of thing. If you don't have opinions, what the hell are you on the air for? Long time no talk. Has it been that long? Okay, just because there's two. Oh, right. Okay, no. So this is Boozer. It's not that long, Boozer, since we talked. I guess maybe at the end of this, maybe it's been a while. And if it's not Boozer, because there's another guy, you guys have similar names, and I get screwed up, so I'm sorry. But if it's been a while, well, good to see you out there. And yeah, I'm going to be leaving though in about 8 minutes, so you got here at the end of the show. It's been a while, and nothing much happening right now. You don't know how trading Chikrin makes Ottawa better for, I don't disagree. He gets hurt a lot. I don't know what his contract status is coming up, and I don't know. Does Ottawa always make sense? No. All right, Boozer. It's like there's another guy who was calling him Boozer, and I realized, oh, it's not Boozer. And I think his name is Elliot, but I get at my age, I get mixed up. I'm old. Good to see you out there again. Do I think Montreal in the future will go 3 lines of attack and 1 line of defense? I think you will have two solid top 6 lines. I think you're going to have a third line that can do both. I think you got a third line that can score and can defend. That's what I think you're going to see. So, yeah, it's kind of like 3 attacking lines, a lot of really good secondary and tertiary scoring. And then you got a 4th line that's like an energy line and a shutdown kind of line. That's what I think you're going to see. Thank you, Boozer. Appreciate that you forgive me, buddy. Okay, your bet is that Matthews will not get 20 more goals than so Caulfield gets 40. Matthews will not get 60 or more. That's a pretty good bet because it's kind of close. I don't know which side I like that has the better chance on that one. It depends where you set your number. But yeah, I mean, I could see taking that either way, actually. But since I hate Matthews, I'd be taking the Caulfield side. Let's update. Update. Michael Amadio signs with Ottawa, 3 years, $2.6 million. And Kevin Stenlund heads over to Utah on an entry-level deal. 2 years, $2 million. That's what's on the board. That's the updates. Did Matthews get 69 last year? He did get 69 last year. So Caulfield would need 49. But that doesn't mean Matthews is going to get 69 next year. That's not 100% either. But no, I said you can make an argument on both sides. I think right now, though, yes, if you're taking Matthews, you've probably got the advantage. Probably. Unless Berube kicks the shit out of U-turn, I like my chances. No, I got to agree with that. As much as I don't want to, I got to agree with you there. No, Boozer, you didn't miss anything. Any trades were not of for Montreal. Weren't that many that I saw out there. Let me see. I can look at the trades here. You got Chikrin traded to Washington from Ottawa. We got Jonathan Kovacevic went to New Jersey. Montreal sent him there for a 4th-round pick in 2026. And of anything of that's it. Those are the 2 trades today. So that's it. That's all. Not much happening. Slavin has not officially. Is it official? Let me look and see if it's official. Almost at the bottom. Hang on. All right. Let me see if I can find Slavin. I don't think so. Nope. But it's rumored. No, wait a second. Where is he rumored, though? Yeah. An extension with Carolina. But Kovacevic can't. He's got no. You can't move him without waiving him. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Kovacevic. No, I think they want size, and I thought Kobe was a solid defenseman. Didn't really hurt you. Some games he did, but I think that's what they're looking for. So maybe you'll see a big shakeup over there on defense because they did a few other things with defensemen, didn't they? So I think they're trying to shore that up, the goaltending and the defense over there. Yes, Kira, stop crying, please. No, I didn't call you. No, I didn't, though. All right, anyways, we're going to wrap it up. I don't know who we are. Well, me and my cat and my dog. There we go. We're wrapping it up here. It's been a couple hours. There is, I'm going to just do a final update. We got Stefan Nason going to New Jersey, 3 years, 2.75. And Ian Cole going to Utah, 1 year, $3.1 million. That's the update. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it. So listen, I'll be, like I said earlier, we're going to be back at 7:30. We're going to wrap up the first day of free agency. Recap the draft in terms of Montreal, Philadelphia, Boston, and the league in general. And we're going to have special guest Jamie Baskow joining us. Harry will be there too, supposedly. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So check that out at 7:30 right here at Talking Habs. Or you can go to DPWM and do that. But I prefer you do it here. And that's it. So thank you, everybody, for joining me here today. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give a thumbs up on the way out. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And that'll be it for me. I'll see you a little later. Till then, stay safe out there. Peace out. And have a great afternoon, everybody. And I'll see you in a bit. Ciao, everybody.